guys, I don't know if you know that Decent came out with a filter version 3 portafilter basket, which is designed to be able to make drip coffee from your Decent espresso machine. You could probably use other machines too, where you can control the flow rate quite well. But with the grinder that I have, which is a Specialita Mignon, Eureka Mignon, it just can't grind coarse enough, and it's pretty damn frustrating because, well, the basket was £50, but it's also, I don't want to buy another £500 grinder so that I can make drip, which I don't really like as much as espresso anyway. I just wanted to have it as something that I could do from time to time. So it seems like it's a bit of a failure, but anyway, this video is showing you my attempts, well, my calibration of it, but then my failed attempts at making some drip coffee. Even at the very, very coarsest setting, it's not coarse enough. Yeah, I might be able to tweak the profile a little bit, and make it go through even slower, change the times as well, because if it goes through slow, it's going to time out and you won't have enough coffee in there. So you've got to sort of guess or guesstimate, as the Americans say, how much extra time it will need to get enough volume to give you the correct ratio at the end of the day. So I might try that a little bit and see what happens. But here we go. Enjoy it. Bye.
Oh. Whoa. Now that is decent. Who says size doesn't count, man? I mean, seriously. So we have to choose the profile. It's called filter 3. Boom. Filter 3 profile. We say OK. So that's selected, but now we have to calibrate it. And basically we've got to have about 360 milliliters coming through, well, 370 it says here. It says that the first step you want to have 75 grams of water in the first step. So you need to change the first step flow rate to try and get that. 75 is ideal. So we'll check to see how many grams we have on the scale over here, and let's go for it. So what happens after the first stage. $60, $70, okay, that's about 75. It is almost spot on. It was almost spot on for the first thing. That's about right, 75 grams. I'll check later on the graph on the computer and see, but that looks about right. It's got 81 in there now, actually, but so it's probably a bit much. Sorry about the hissing sound, it's my washing machine. So yeah, that's kind of supposedly dribbling down. It's making the most delicious cup of coffee. Oh, and here it goes again for the second stage. It's happening. It's happening. It's much lower flow rate. I guess the first bit is there to just bang it with some water and let it bloom and do its thing, and then give it a rest, and then it comes through slowly. We'll see once it's done completely. We should have 370, and if it's too much more, then we need to change the flow rates. I guess I'll reduce the flow rate a bit, because obviously we had 81 in the first stage instead of 75, so I'll reduce it a little bit. That's gone off. Don't know what happened now. The profile seems to have just disappeared. Oh wow. Looks like my DE1's just, or the app has just decided to disappear. Let me go back to the app on there. Very strange. That's never happened to me before. So I went into the presets, and into the filter 3 preset advanced section there, and because these four stages here, the wet, blah 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 blah, I changed the flow rate goal from 1.1 milliliters per second to 1.0 milliliters per second, and that might make a little bit of a difference to the final volume. So I'm going to try that out. So I'll try the whole process again with that. See how that goes. We'll see how it goes. I've removed this obviously, as I was meant to do. And we'll check it out. So we should get end of first phase at 8, but well, it's meant to be about 75. Oh, it's going way past. What the hell? Don't know why that is. It's way past. So in the pre-wet stage, it's got a flow rate of 5 milliliters per second, and it goes on for 15 seconds, maximum of 75 milliliters. So I don't really get why it is giving me like sort of quite a lot more than that. Like, what is it, 110? I can't remember how much it was. Instead, I'll try once again, see what happens. Bush. Whacking it. It's coming through like a maniac. 40 grams, 50 grams, 60 grams, 70 grams, 79, 80, 84 grams, 85, 86, 87. Okay, that's not the end of the world. That's a bit more than I had expected. We're meant to be going on the instructions anyway. We should have, at the end of the first step, you want 60 grams to 75 grams of water. So I don't know why that's so. I'm going to cancel this here. Cancel it. And I'm going to go back to the preset there. In filter 3, I'm going to go to advanced tab. And in the pre-wet, which is the initial stage, it says 5 milliliters per second. I'm going to just change that to 4. I could do increments, but I think 4 is probably extreme enough. So I'm going for 4 now. Let's try again. Let me just check out this water. And let's start again. Okay, let's go, mate. Let's go. Okay, see how you're doing. Okay, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, well, it's better. I could actually go 3.5 or something. Let's do that. I'm going to stop that immediately before I waste any more time in the water. I'll just go filter 3. I'm going to go to profile. I'm going to go to advanced. I'm going to go to flow rate. I'm going to make it 3.25 just to be extreme and see how it goes. So let's just make sure that's all right. Pre-wet 3.2. Okay. And I'm just going to go to the preset and I'm going to save it just that it's saved. Okay. And up to here. Check out the water again. And let's go for it again. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Come on, give me 60 to 70 grams. And it's going for 10. And it's going for 20. And it's going for 30. And it's 40. And it's 50. Oh, 60. Oh, this looks perfect. 65, 66, 67. This looks absolutely perfect. 69. Ha ha ha. I'm liking it. All right. This looks really good. Yeah, and then now it's doing the little blooming stage. It says bloom there. You see it says bloom. So all the coffee that's inside your porter in the little basket there is busy blooming. And now you're ready to do the wet A stage where it's doing 1 milliliter per second. So yeah, 1 milliliters per second. And it's going to do that for a bit, and then it's going to do phase 2 and do the same thing. So it's slowly adding the water so it doesn't overflow. Really important to grind really quite coarse so that you can get the high enough flow rate so it doesn't overflow. But you know, luckily the device does actually have these little holes you can see down the on the top edges over here, which means it overflows and dribbles down here into your container, your where you're storing all the coffee. So it's wet 1B. Okay. Let's get the light on. See how it looks down here. Yeah. So on the instructions, yeah, we want about within 30 milliliters of 360 total. So that's really what we want to get out. We might be getting there. Isn't that coffee looking lovely? I like it quite weak like that. It's looking delicious though. Yep, 317, 318, 320. Come on. We can do it. We can do it. We can. I guess with drip you have to be patient. I mean, it's not like espresso, which is for, you know, people who are on a fast track. Oop, there we go. So that is exactly within, well, plus 30, that's 365. So that's that is, yep, that's exactly perfect. I mean, that is really perfect. I think I've calibrated the machine. I was ready to make my first cup of drip coffee. So in the bottom of the little packet from China, there were 100 of these little guys that came with it. I'll pop this down there, stick it in there, give it a little bit of a shot of water just to flatten it out a little. So I'm going to grab my scale and my decaf coffee, which is down here. This is Colombian Tumba sugarcane decaf coffee. There's my roasting profile, which I did on my lovely little Elia bullet. So now let's get 18 grams of this here, which is a bit more than that. It's about that much. And a bit more. Oh, a bit less. Very scientific here, man. You know, 18.1 is always good for me. Here's a mystery about 18.1. Okay, and there we go in there. I'm going to make this as coarse as I make for cafetiere. So basically it's 2 entire turns from 0 there and all the way around to 0 again. There you are. So this is like really coarse. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that's going to be about right. Yep. I might have to try even coarser than that, but that's what I do for cafetiere. A couple of presses on there just to get all the little bits out, the residue. Okay, now we've got that. Pour the stuff in. Shake it about to make it a bit more level. We stick it on there. We put this down there. And we're ready to go. We've got 500 milliliters of water in. I'm going to put a bit more because I just don't like it running out or giving me an issue. So I've got my little system, my pipe that connects to the back of the decent over there. I'll just hold it against the water filter thing that I've got over here. Turn the tap on, and the number starts going up over there as I'm filling it up with water. I don't have to move any trays or anything. It's much nicer. This is filtered water that's on this tap. I've got a big cylinder, huge German cylinder under here. I can't remember what it's called, BVW or something like that, but it's a big filter. It's like Brita, but it's far better than Brita. It's like industrial, you know, proper quality thing. So that's enough. I've got about 1400 milliliters in the 1.4 liters, and we can start. We can actually start the job. Oh, so exciting. Righty ho. Let's turn this guy off.
So a whole bunch of water went in there, and nothing's come out yet. So I guess the full there, a few drops. Bloody hell, it's really quite slow. And there's some drops coming through. I'm just wondering whether I'm too fine. I mean, it's pretty coarse, but it might be too fine. If it starts dribbling at the top over there, then we know that it's definitely too fine. Yeah, and then we'll see. I think I've got a feeling it's gonna overflow because it's nothing. It's coming through way too slowly. It's only 16 grams so far, and it's done quite a lot of pouring in. So I'm pretty sure it's going to overflow. Not overflowing yet, but I reckon it's going to. And only 21 grams. This is a failure. So I'm going to have to go like bricks of coffee, like large chunks of coffee. In fact, I just cut the beans in half and try that out. No, it's just got to be much coarser, I guess. And I figured with decaf, generally you have to grind finer for it to have the same resistance as caffeinated. So I figured that it would be, I wouldn't have to go like super coarse, but I obviously do. Yeah, but I don't know how much liquid it. Oh, there we go. You see it? Failure. Okay. So I don't care about wasting. I'll waste this coffee and I'll try again. So now I've gone 4 times. It's actually double what I do between espresso and cafetiere. I've actually gone another twice completely around to make it extremely coarse. I'll see how it goes. So super coarse, and try again. See how it goes. Oh, that's a good sign. There's actually something coming through already, because that didn't happen last time. Yep, last time we didn't have the drips coming through this fast. So going super coarse is the way to go, obviously. Still seems to be going through too slowly. I mean, if you're thinking about it, this is only 47 grams. Oh shit, there we go. It's coming out the top there again. So I don't know how to make it coarse enough. I mean, this is just crazy, actually. Seems like, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to use this filter basket with my grinder. I mean, I thought I could go pretty coarse with my grinder, but yeah, the coarseness this thing requires is way beyond what I'd use certainly for filter, but even for way past what I use for cafetiere too. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's just try something ridiculous. I'll do it like another 2 turns on the dial. And see, maybe I unscrew this completely and just have one burn knocking against the bean. Something like that. Right, once again 18.18 grams, and we're going super uber coarse. This is so coarse now that the rotating thing has kind of come off the thing. I think it's basically, yeah,
freelance, man. It's just gone completely off the tracks. Okay, that's going in. The coffee that I had previously, I had a little sip of this. It's actually not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad for decaf that I roasted about 3 months ago. Not bad at all. Right. Go, baby, go. It's starting to come out, but not with much speed, but it's coming out. And last time we were at about 10 grams at the end of the blooming phase. We've already reached 10 grams. So that's a good sign. It's coming out faster, but is it going to be fast enough? Probably not. Yep, okay, so nearly 20 grams, like 19, 18 grams at the end of the blooming phase, going for wet 1 phase. I mean, it can't go any faster because it's there's no pressure. So it's just dripping, and that's going to take a while. I think this is going to still overflow. And it's probably going to, at some point, come leaking through at the top again. I suppose that's a way to calibrate the failure, is how many grams have come through by the time it overflows. That's quite a good one, actually. We're going to have a, oh, there we go, 67 grams. Shit. It was 67 grams. I just panned up from that to tilted up and saw that happen. Really frustrating. So the end of the shot happened, and not a hell of a lot had gone through. So now we've got like 180 grams. I'm not sure what the actual instructions say. We should have around 300 grams of coffee. Well, okay, nowhere near that. We're not even at 200 yet, 193 or something. I guess this is still pretty full of coffee, so we have to wait a whole while. As you can see, this thing here is going. This thing's about to become unscrewed. When you maintain this grinder, you unscrew this thing and you can take the top off. So it's actually reached the point where there's no resistance. So yeah, looks like I can't actually go fine enough. Coarse enough to use this grinder, which is really quite sad. So I've stuck the coffee in here, and I've got a bit of Oatly, just to soften the whole thing. I know that's sacrilegious to many of you, but actually not too bad.